Dan, how are we doing today?
I am great, John. How about yourself?
Excellent. I am well. I am well. So, when I first started learning to drive, my mother always told me when the gas tank gets to half full, fill that sucker up. She had her rationale, she had her reasons. My mom is a very conservative, but I don't mean politically. I mean just in terms of her approaches. She's not a risk taker in any way, shape, or form. My father said, as long as it's puttering when it gets into the gas station, you won the prize. So, but I think there's an element in terms of how people view basic, simple daily activities like that. It tells you a little bit about their personality and their tendencies to some degree. And I got thinking in terms of the sales side, what are some of the things that maybe you hear or see or behavior that you watch for that tells you maybe a little bit about risk taking or other things that then become part of how you approach that prospect with your sales process? So can you talk about that side of it and some of the things to look for and try and recognize?
It's really tough because
Yes.
there's a quote that goes out there that says there is no bad prospects, only bad salespeople. And so when I apply that to this particular topic, then you start to go, well, is the reason the sales process gets stalled, is that the buyer's problem, or is that the salesperson's problem, or the prospect is beating you up over price? Well, is that because that's the way they buy, or is that because the way the salesperson sells?
Sure, sure.
And so I kind of look at it like the way we buy as salespeople really is the way our prospects will then buy from us.
Okay.
And so let me give you a real quick example. Use my little
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah.
If you are a one, you're a quick decision maker, right? And you're a salesperson, and I'm the buyer. And I'm also a one, a quick decision maker. When a one sells to a one, what happens?
A lot and quickly.
Yes, absolutely. Because that's the way they both buy.
Yeah.
What happens when a one salesperson sells to a five prospect?
Yeah, they can almost bowl them over to some degree.
Yeah,
So you got to be really careful.
that's true. Unless they have really great coaching and training
Yes.
and they know how to bring that buyer along at that light speed, so to speak,
Yeah.
you can then help the buyer make decisions quickly because that's who you are. What happens if a slow decision-making salesperson meets a very quick prospect?
It's usually very painful for the prospect.
Yes. Yes. They may buy, but it's not because of the salesperson. More
It's
than
good. Yeah.
likely, it takes too long.
They
And
were
then
going to buy anyways. Yeah.
yeah, the worst case scenario is when a slow decision-making salesperson meets a slow decision-making prospect, nothing happens.
Yes.
So looking at this chart, the key is in order to get the sale quickly, you have to be decisive as a
Yes.
salesperson. I mean, we have to be someone that makes decisions, and then therefore we can expect our prospects to make decisions. So I guess I turn the spotlight instead of looking at the prospect, figuring out what do they like and how do I help them. Maybe we need to turn the spotlight on ourselves and go, how do I buy and what can I do to improve my buying process?
Yeah, no, I think that's a really interesting way to look at it. And one of the things this led me to is some of the things that we talk about with bonding and rapport and having some upfront. So I know they're more set questions, but they have a purpose to start to get to know somebody, but also you're trying to learn a little bit. Maybe you can learn about buying tendencies or risk taking or those kinds of things. And I know we're focused on B2B, but you will frequently ask a business owner, so tell me how you got involved in the business in the first place. And it starts to tell you a little bit about the mindset and those kinds of things. But I like the fact that you're putting it more back on the salesperson. It has less to do with the buyer.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt there is some part of it that has to do with the
Of
buyer,
course. Of
but
course.
the vast majority of it is the salesperson.
Yep. There we go. Self-assess and look in the mirror.
Yeah,
All right. See you again tomorrow.
have fun.